Okay. May mga nakikita akong memes or comments sa social media. Sinasabi nila, nagpapasalamat sila kay Robin Padilla dahil daw kay Robin, na-realize sa mga botante, hindi nila dapat iboto yung ibang mga artista tulad ni Philip Salvador, Willie Revillame. Is there truth to that sa iyong karanasan bilang isang campaign strategist?
We will never have the benefit. Unfortunately, we will never have the benefit of being able to put a number to that. Hindi po natin malalagyan ng eksaktong numero yan, siyensya. I don't think there will ever be a, how would you even go about doing a study like that? Pero just the psychographics, nako, puro na naman ako profound. Buti na lang walang live comments. Kasi I'm sure marami nang umuupak. Kaya na si Arneo, di ba?
Mamaya sasagutin natin yan.
Yung psychographics kasi ng Filipino voter, alam mo, we are more averse to bad examples rather than good ones. Actually, ganun ang Pinoy. Ganun ang Pinoy. Hindi naman katakataka yan. I'm not saying this with disdain or minamaliit ko ang Pilipino, pero human experience yan. Pag merong ang na-experience na masama, ipopost mo yun sa Facebook. Or sa social media mo, ang sama ng service sa restaurant na to, blah, blah, blah. Bis na 3 manok, isa lang yung binigay, yung kanin, malamig. You're gonna post your negative experiences. But if you have an exceptional experience, it's not likely that you will post it. You know, my order came complete, the service was fast, the food was warm. Hindi mo naman ipo-postin eh. Talagang we're drawn to the negative aspect. So, with that as backdrop, isipin natin, again, anecdotally, sa tingin ko, oo, malaki yung effect nun kasi siguro siya yung poster boy ng pagiging popular sa Pilipinas. Grabe, kung titignan mo yung datos nung huling eleksyon, 7 out of 10 Filipinos binoto si Robin Hood Padilla. Close to 7 out of 10. Kahit anong jeep ang sakyan mo, kung 10 tao yan, 7 doon bumoto kay Robin Padilla. Ayon sa datos. Pumunta ka sa grocery, may 10 tao, 7 doon bumoto kay Robin Padilla. So, his perceived, being very kind, Ian, his perceived non-performance in the Senate became a deterrent. Filipino voters are very, very conscious about deterrence. Ganyan din ang nangyayari sa political dynasty, by the way. Pag yung tatay hindi nag-perform, magsasuffer yung anak. Pag yung asawa hindi nag-perform or may ginawang katiwalian, nagsasuffer yung anak. So, yes, we are prone to that, and perhaps Robin Padilla was the perfect word really is, became a deterrent, a strong deterrent.
In terms of Robin Padilla's perceived non-performance or incompetence, mukha bang ang tinamaan yan sa lahat ng mga artistang tumakbo sa pagka-senador, si Philip Salvador, kasi siya talagang kadikit in terms of campaigning?
You know what? I would disagree with you there. Honestly, I would disagree with you there. I think ang pinaka-tinamaan dito, for me, the closest analog of a Robin Padilla would probably be a Bong Revilla. I would probably think it's Bong Revilla who suffered the most from this celebrity aversion. Dahil si Philip Salvador, let's face it, wild card naman talaga. From the start, nobody really legitimately, probably, really, in their heart of hearts, expected him to make it to the Senate. No offense to Mr. Efectivo, who by the way had the best jingle among all of the candidates last election. My God, I can't get that guy's jingle out of my head.
Macho Man? Macho Man.
Mr. Efectivo. Pero hindi ko na gagawin yung sayaw. Let's not talk about the accompanying dance, no? Kasi yun, hanggang ngayon, nananaginip pa rin ako sa gabi pag nakikita ko yun sa isip ko.
Hindi ba bangungot?
Pinapawisan ako ng malamig. Kailangan ko uminom ng tubig.
Yung parang kailangan kagatin yung daliri mo sa paa para magising ka.
Ganon. Mismo. Nagaganon ako pag naalala ko yung sayaw. But the jingle was exceptional. I would think it's Bong Revilla who actually suffered the most in terms of that deterrent, celebrity deterrent backlash. Dahil si Bong Revilla, my gosh, mainstay sa Senado, parating nandyan yan. But and he was relying mostly on his celebrity to carry him through. Now, whether or not he mirrored the perceived non-performance of Robin Padilla, siguro hindi na ako magko-comment dyan. Mahirap na, madalas ako sa Cavite.
Okay. I think in previous discussions, nabanggit mo yung master stroke ng campaign team ni Bong Revilla nung huling tumakbo siya before 2022. No, medyo mukhang lumalabo yung chances niya. Nagbudots na lang. Dito nagbudots siya uli eh. Feeling ko mas maganda pa nga yung choreography. Bakit umubra yung budots noon pero hindi umubra yung budots ngayon kay Bong Revilla?
That's a great and leading question, no? Talagang dinadala ako ni Ian sa bingit ng talagang he's bringing me to the line of fire. So siguro that will be an indication, sabihin natin an indication of the maturing voter perhaps the voter is looking for something more substantial. But here's the thing, as you repeatedly pointed out, paulit-ulit mo nang sinabi to, Ian, sinubukan niya this year na nalagyan ng substance yung pagbubudots niya. So nagbubudots siya, and then in between the budots, merong mga graphics, merong mga pinasa ang batas na ganito. Yung posters niya, di ba? Pa rin, action star pa rin. Action sa totoong buhay. Tapos nilagay yung mga what they consider achievements of the former senator. But dito siguro pumapasok yung reason to believe or RTB. Siguro iniisip ng tao, inauthentic, budots pa rin yan. At the end of the day, bumudots lang yan. You can't fit a square peg, a round shape into a square hole. So siguro iniisip nila, there's that inauthenticity dahil pilit eh. Budots, sinubukan lagyan ng substance, the reason to believe probably did not catch on. Hindi ko sinasabing things would have been different kung pure budots lang yung ginawa niya. Hindi natin alam. Pero seems to have worked for Philip Salvador, right? Speaking of Philip Salvador, walang ibang ginawa yun kundi sumayaw at ang tanging campaign speech niya ay bring him home.
Bakit nakalusot si Lito Lapid? Napakatahimik. Ang joke nga naman nakakausap ko, ay senador pala yan. Hindi kasi namin na-realize until tumatakbo.
Not even a joke for me, di ba? Siguro Lito Lapid benefited from two things. He probably benefited from muscle memory. Na lang talaga, parang every time nakikita yung Lapid, sineshade. Naging habit, di ba? Naging habit, yung almost an involuntary action. Pag ang Pilipino dumadaan sa simbahan, nagsa-sign of the cross. Pag nakakita sila ng boto, ng balot, sineshade yung Lapid. That's one, I'm not even joking, that's probably a phenomenon.
Sorry, natawa ako sa muscle memory, honestly.
Muscle memory talaga yan. Lapid, shade. That's one. Number two, I honestly think he benefited from being right in the middle. It was not controversial, hindi naman siya committed de silencio, di ba? Hindi naman bangayan with the Dutertes or the Marcoses. He was part of the slate pero very quiet. So I think fill-up rate also has something to do with it dahil at the end of the day, pag in passion voter ka, bobotohin mo yung mga talagang gusto mo, tapos pag meron pang blanco, sasabihin mo, o sige, sama na rin si Lito Lapid.